In this video, one of my subscribers asked me for some advice. Should he get in the liquidation business? So I'm Tom Schultz, and I own Resale America, the world's largest liquidation store in Lakeland, Florida. I do a YouTube channel where I give out free information called Liquidation Motivation, where I teach everybody how to source products. I've been in the liquidation business for over 20 years. I started when I was in college, and I found a size 13 Sebago narrow shoes at a Salvation Army for $5, and I put them on eBay and sold them for $70. From that day, I was hooked on flipping. Recently, one of my subscribers named Gravier, if I'm pronouncing that right, wrote me a letter and asked me if he should get into the liquidation business. So the letter starts out, "Hi, my name is Gravier, and I'm one of your subscribers on your YouTube channel. I'm in the process of location hunting to start a liquidation retail store as well. My concept is e-commerce plus physical location flat price sales, which is $10 days, $7 days, $4 days, and $1 days. I think what Gravier is kind of talking about is I did a video a little while ago about opening a bin store. So I own a bin store here in Florida, and we do $5 days, $4, $3, $2, and $1 days. It's been a great success where hundreds and hundreds of people come every week, and it's been very exciting to run. So it looks like Gravier is going to do the same kind of concept with just a little bit higher pricing, which is fine. He said, I did take note of having various platforms to sell. eBay, Amazon, and other current digital platforms. OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace being a few important ones to keep the ball rolling. My background is in e-commerce and business for general items." All right, so his questions are, I have a few questions about the upcoming crisis in the liquidation business. Since you're in business during 08, 09, and 2010, how do you think the recession will affect the liquidation business during 21 and 22? So we are certainly going into a recession. It's official. The U.S. economy is in a recession. I mean, I think this article states that 22 million people in March and April were out of a job. So it is a recession, and it does mean that incomes for families are going down. There's a lot of people out of work. But my opinion is that it gives us a huge opportunity for buying, a huge buying opportunity. Here in this article, they say more than 7,500 stores are closing in 2020. And I've read other articles that say that number might be more like 12,000. So what does that mean for us? Buying opportunities. So when there's that many buying opportunities out there, then we just have to search them. We have to be the biggest hustler in the room. We have to be the biggest buyer in the room. We have to go find the buying opportunities. I went to a Steinmart the other day and bought all their fixtures and revamped a whole section of my store because they were going out of business. The fixtures that were normally $600 or $700 new, I paid $20 a piece for, and now my collectibles department looks beautiful. So find these buying opportunities. Oh, and also when I was there, they lowered their shoe prices from $100 down to $7. So I ended up buying a few hundred pairs of shoes. So be on the lookout for the buying opportunity. When one store shuts down, another business can prosper because you buy it on the discount. So look for these companies that are closing down and buy their merchandise for pennies on the dollar and resell it. Gravier goes on to ask about, what about pallet prices? Do they go up as the country's buying power slows down and less returns are being processed? I mean, pallet prices go up from supply and demand. So not really, because we're in an economic downturn. Prices should go down, not up. So what could drastically affect the prices are increased demand because of shows like Extreme Unboxing. 10 years ago, when Storage Wars came out, storage unit prices exploded. Where you used to be able to buy storage units for $100 or $200 for the unit, it went up to over $2,000 a unit because everybody was watching these TV shows and getting into the business. So right now, the series Extreme Unboxing is out. So there's a lot of people trying to get into the flipping business, the pallet business. Now, my advice is if you buy the truckloads as opposed to the individual pallets, you eliminate a lot of the competition. because they don't have the buying power or the facilities to buy a full truckload. So full truckloads haven't gone up in price, but individual pallets have. A great place to buy pallets is bstock.com. There are thousands of pallets being sold every day, and if you watch the auctions on there, you should be able to find some great buys. Costco, CVS, Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods. Let me find Amazon here. So if you look on the Amazon site, you can see today alone, 41 different auctions are going on. 1 pallet, 5 pallets, 2 pallets, 3 pallets. Auctions are ending every day. Thousands and thousands of pallets are being sold every day on this website. So I recommend, if you're starting off, go to this website, bstock.com. It's a great site to start buying pallets. Next, Gurveer asks, should I wait on starting a physical location, or do you think the U.S. has a huge selling momentum and liquidation pallets will still be profitable? Well, my opinion on that is these businesses are closing down, and it's happening right now. There is going to be a little lag behind this recession where some stores try to stay open, some stores have enough cash flow to keep open, but eventually they'll start shutting down. That's unless the government comes out with another round of PPP money that really helps businesses stay open during the pandemic. So if they come out with more money for businesses, for small business, it'll be delayed. But if they don't come out with more money, I predict by the beginning of 2021, there'll be retail stores will be available everywhere. This is in Tampa alone. If you look around, this is retail stores for rent. I'm sure this will double, if not triple, by the year 2021. So I would recommend maybe waiting 6 months to see what's going to happen with real estate. Real estate can be expensive, and everything changes when you're with real estate. When you buy your store, when you get a store, when you decide to take it to the next level. Now you have a tremendous amount of rent, utilities, insurance. They require insurance, so if you really have to look inside yourself to say, can I work hard enough to support this store? Am I dedicated enough to source and to sell and to list in order to be able to fund this store? Because there's a lot of people that open a store, but they're not hard workers. They're not hustlers. And they don't dedicate themselves to the business, and then they fail. And they blame it on some other reason, like the economy or the virus. But the truth is there's only one reason why anyone fails, and that's yourself. That you have to know if you're a good worker or a bad worker. If you're a great worker and a hustler, then you will succeed. I've taken 3 days off this whole year. A lot of people can't say that about this week. But if you're willing to hustle, you're willing to put in the time, the effort, and the energy, then I say yes, open your store. I would recommend waiting about 6 months to see what's going to happen with the retail marketplace. So if you're going to get into the business, I recommend you put yourself in a permanent state of learning. Go to YouTube, watch YouTube videos. Here's Rockstar Flipper. He's local here in Tampa too. Resell Rabbit. There's hundreds of people flipping out there. Watch the videos that are focused on sourcing, because that's the tricks. You got to learn sourcing. There's Facebook groups out there. This is eBay Thrifting Sources Resellers Group. There's a lot of great information on here. Here's another group, Product Sourcing 101. A lot of sellers on here selling truckloads or pallets. This is a good site to be on. I just don't like the fact that the moderators of this group are only there to make money. They charge you to be in the group, and then they charge you for the sourcing guide. I think this information should just be free so we can all get better. Look on Facebook, look on YouTube, put yourself in a permanent state of learning so that you can learn all the tricks of the trade from every other reseller out there. If you do open a store, I would recommend a good software program, unless you're going to do a bin store. Bin stores are so easy because you just dump the stuff in a bin and then you walk away. You don't have to price anything. But if you do want to open a store, a retail store, where you price stuff, this is the software that I use in my big store. It's called Consign Pro. Consign Pro, you can put hundreds of thousands of items in inventory. It's real simple to use, real simple to add inventory, add consigners if you're going to do consignment. It's a simple, simple program, and they've been around for quite a while. I think it's the #1 software in the consignment shop industry or the resellers industry. I really recommend Consign Pro. So next, Gravere asked me, when managing a physical location of a liquidation business, what type of departments should be created? I talk about this all the time in my videos, that you need to have your different formats, your different levels of selling. You need to know where to sell. eBay, you need to sell on Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, which you mentioned already, flea markets. A flea market is an alternative to a store, because at a flea market, typically you don't need insurance. Typically, you can find one that has permanent booths, so you can lock it up and leave your merchandise there. And they draw in the big crowds. So you're not held hostage by marketing your individual business. You're being helped by the whole market and getting people in your store. But after that, you have to have good product and you have to be a good salesperson, or I wouldn't get involved. So finally, Gravere asked me, without any retirement, what do you recommend resellers do to prepare for their future? What I recommend is that you make more money than you spend, you have enough money to pay all your bills, and then you take a little bit and put it away every month. My favorite thing to do is go to Robinhood, where it's free to invest, and I try to buy 1 share of Facebook or 1 share of Tesla a week. And that's my profit of the business. And that's what I put away for my retirement. So I know when I'm done with this journey that I'll have enough money to live comfortably for the rest of my life. But you have to put that money away. And I didn't start until I was in my 40s putting money away. And I would super recommend anybody right when they start to think about investing for their future. I wish I would have had this advice when I was younger, but when you start working, start putting money away for your future. All right, so I appreciate you, Gravere, for writing me this email, and I hope that I answered some of your questions. My YouTube channel is Liquidation Motivation. All I want to do is help people prosper and help people grow and help people learn the flipping business. My store is Resale America in the Lakeland Square Mall in Lakeland, Florida, where we own the world's largest liquidation store. We are buying and flipping all the time. So if anybody has a great deal out there that they want to send my way, I am always looking to buy. Please like and subscribe. Now go out there and make some money.